Coming up in SVG-TV News and Sports this evening at 7, Ministry of Health monitoring Hanta virus situation says risk to SVG remains low. ECCB doubles down on the big push. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer says he will not resign despite mounting pressure to do so. And in sports, Red Foes take control in the West Indies Championship playoff. These are the stories coming up in SVG-TV News and Sports this evening. Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Tuesday, May 12th, 2026. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. The Ministry of Health says the risk of the Hanta virus infection in St. Vincent and the Grenadines remains low following a recent advisory from the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA. The update comes after the World Health Organization was notified of a cluster of respiratory illnesses aboard a cruise ship in the Central Atlantic Ocean. 8 cases have been reported so far, including 3 confirmed infections and 3 deaths. Health officials say hantavirus is mainly spread through contact with infected rodents and that human-to-human transmission is rare. The ministry says there is no immediate cause for concern locally, but notes that surveillance at ports of entry remains heightened due to the region's active travel and cruise industry. Residents are being encouraged to avoid contact with rodents, practice proper sanitation, and seek medical attention if severe respiratory symptoms develop. In other local news now, we hear that President of the former LIAT 1974 Workers Union here in SVG, Jeremiah Howard, says he has raised the plight of dismissed workers with the Minister of Labour under the new administration. Howard said the workers were left in the dark on the matter under the Unity Labour Party administration, despite earlier promises that the issue would be resolved.
We were able to get an audience with the Labour Department, and I must say that we were very pleased. They were very receptive and they were very understanding towards our issues and the plight of the workers. We were able to update the Labour Department as far back as 2020 up to 2025 with the previous government, when we were trying to get this issue resolved, and which ended without a resolution and, honestly speaking, without even a response at the end of it. However, we decided to take this route by going through the Minister of Labour because we wanted to fall in line with the new protocol of this new government, wherein they stated that issues must be dealt with through the ministries or through the minister. So we approached the Minister of Labour, and we had a meeting with the Labour Department, and at this time we're waiting a response.
Howard said he is encouraged by the recent developments and looks forward to continued dialogue on how dismissed staff can receive the benefits owed to them following the liquidation of LIAT 1974 more than 5 years ago.
We're anticipating a very positive response. As I said, the Labour Department, they were very receptive and understanding. Some of our workers are still unemployed, and it's still, still challenging. But the Labour Department, we have filed all the relative documents with them, and they're expected to take this forward towards the cabinet of St. Vincent, and then I guess we still await a favorable response. But as I said, it's a whole new energy, it's a whole new attitude, and we feel more appreciated because, as I said, we felt very accommodated by the Labour Department. So we anticipate.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines was a major shareholder in LIAT 1974 Limited. Howard noted that while dismissed workers in other shareholder countries have received their benefits, former LIAT staff in SVG are still awaiting payment of what is owed to them. Acknowledging that physical planning, which falls under his ministerial portfolio, is a delicate issue, Minister Nigel Stevenson said on radio yesterday that over the years, many people have developed a sense of lawlessness when it comes to building practices. The minister said that while he understands the financial constraints faced by some individuals who choose to build homes without approved plans, it is not something he would advise.
You know, they're struggling to get their friends to come and help them. And a lot of them build without having a plan. Mm-hmm. So you just build as you go along. You have an idea and you have people to try to make that a reality to you. And I notice a lot of them, when you talk to them, they don't have the means to pay for a plan, right? And they construct. And when they construct without an approved plan, they actually break in the law. And people from the planning department would come and they would ask you whether or not you have a plan, and you have to show them the plan. If you don't, then they give you an enforcement order. So when you do that and you see they have a long paper there with all the thing right on it, it is called an enforcement order that you have to cease. And if you don't cease construction, then it tells you what can happen, you know, as a penalty. Right, a consequence. And as a consequence. And I need to tell our people that if you're constructing, you have to try your very best to, if you're building close to the main road, 20 feet away from the main road, Johnny P. Right? And the physical planning could be a little more lenient and say to you, well, if you build 15 feet away from the road, then we're going to be, that's acceptable to us, you know? And also, from the side, from your boundary, from your neighbor's boundary, you must not build, you know, well, you must stay about 4 feet away from that boundary mark. You understand? So if people stay within that particular parameter, then all is going to be well.
Minister Stevenson said that since assuming office and responsibility for the portfolio, many people have approached him with issues related to physical planning and construction. However, he stressed that persons must follow the law, noting that he will not undermine the work of his own ministry.
I mean, it's my responsibility. Physical planning falls under my portfolio, and it would be undermining my own ministry if I'm going to tell you to go ahead with a particular project, knowing that you don't have the requisite plan and all of these things. So I'm asking all people to try your very best to see if you can get somebody to do a plan for you and submit it to physical planning. Maybe at that point, we can get one of the bosses there, the board, to come and say, okay, then, guide you and say, you need to make a little adjustment here. We'll work with you to see how we can facilitate the construction of your structure.
Over 1,700 students to sit CPEA examinations across SVG. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
Welcome to Sister.
Welcome to the upgraded Seastar Limited,
where we offer to almost all your household items.
They've expanded their range to sofas, dining and patio sets, beds and mattresses, wardrobes, kitchen cabinets, office furniture. That's just a few from their luxurious collection. Not forgetting their signature quality windows, doors, rails and bathroom enclosures. Journey on up to Seastar, where their friendly sales clerk is happy to assist. Seastar Limited, where quality meets style.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We're constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home.
Singer is your family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances. TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
Welcome back. In more local news now, we hear that grade 6 students across St. Vincent and the Grenadines will sit the Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment CPEA tomorrow, Wednesday, May 13th and Thursday, May 14, 2026 at 18 designated centers throughout the country. This year, a total of 1,766 students have registered for the examination, an increase from last year's 1,691 candidates. The cohort comprises 892 females and 874 males. Over the 2 days, students will complete multiple choice papers in mathematics, social studies, language arts, and science. This final component of the CPEA accounts for 60% of each student's overall score. The results of the CPEA are expected to be published in June this year. Following the release of the results, the Ministry of Education will conduct the secondary school placement exercise. We do wish the students all the best. And the government, through the Ministry of Fisheries, is looking to expand and modernize Seamoss production in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Speaking at the recently held Seamoss exhibition organized by Susgren, Minister of Fisheries Conroy Huggins said he sees the Seamoss industry playing a leading role in the blue economy, not only in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but across the wider region.
Research institutions should support innovation in new products, while cooperatives can help stakeholders pool resources and access export markets. With coordinated action, the Seamoss industry can become a flagship sector for our blue economy, generating sustainable livelihoods, stronger economies, and greater resilience for future generations.
Huggins encouraged Seamoss farmers to capitalize on the support being provided by external funding agencies. He said the government will also play its part by providing additional training and support to further improve standards and quality within the industry.
The vision for the future looks at improving access to affordable credits, training for our stakeholders in modern cultivation methods, establishing resilient farming systems or cultivation systems, and upgrading processing, drying, and storage capacities. As a region, we can also look at improving standards for quality, assurance, and branding, so Caribbean Seamoss can earn a premium reputation on the global market.
There are close to 20 Seamoss farmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, primarily from the Grenadines. A wide range of byproducts was showcased at the Seamoss exhibition in Kingston. The next exhibition is expected to be held in St. Lucia, followed by Grenada. In other local news now, we hear that as the Ministry of Fisheries prepares for Fisherman's Day 2026, fisherfolk are being encouraged to register for the various fishing competitions that will be held as part of the celebrations. Speaking on radio today, Senior Fisheries Officer Fareed Shott reminded fisherfolk that the registration process is now open.
Well, once you go to the fish market and you check Fisherman, right? The Class 1 competition. Class 1 Class 1 is for vessels 48 horsepower to 150 horsepower, right? So the registration for that, and that's the main competition too. So the registration for that is $100, right? Class 2 competition, 40 horsepower and under, right? That's for the guys who mainly does the guys who do like the hand line, right? Those guys who go and fish for your snappers and your red hind and so forth. Yeah, that's their class. Registration is $80. We have a 200 horsepower and up, right? Those are the sport fishers, right? The sport fishers. So that's $75 for the sport fish.
Short said that this year a spear fishing competition has been introduced in addition to the regular competitions, including the female fishing competition.
A lot of spear fishers. You have some guys from up Oya, right? Yeah, I rate those guys.
Come back with fish.
Yeah. I rate those guys, and especially with the barracuda and so forth. Yeah, so spear fishing competition, $50. That is also for, and these competitions are gonna happen on the 25th.
All on the 25th. Yeah.
Fisherman's Day, right? So, class 1, class 2, 3, and 4, right? 4 is the spear fishing. That would be on the 25th also. The beach seine is from the 17th to the 23rd, right? So rowboat on the 22nd, and you have the female competition, the female fishing competition. Again, huge advocate of the females in the industry. Right? We are huge advocates of females in the industry. So the female fishing competition would be on Saturday, the 23rd.
This year marks the 49th anniversary of the Fisherman's Day celebrations, which are being held under the theme Right to Food for a Better Life and a Better Future, with the slogan Healthy Fish, Tasty Dish. And that's our local news in the region. When we return, stay with us.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at Q-Care Pharmacy. Q-Care leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
Introducing 2 new Instacash games. Yes, 2 more chances to win more money instantly from the National Lotteries Authority. Get the new $2 game, Win It All, where you can win up to $2,500. And there's Stacko Cash for $3 with a top prize of $5,000. Win It All and Stacko Cash, new Instacash games loaded with lots of prizes. Available at all Lotto agents. Instacash, so easy to play, and you can win instantly.
Our story was built by people, neighbors helping neighbors, standing side by side with those who trust us to protect what matters most and help build our communities. Being there when needed most. Across borders, across generations. Still growing, still giving, still just getting started after 185 years.
Welcome back in our news from the region now. We hear that the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is spearheading an ambitious 5-year strategy to fast-track regional growth and elevate living standards across its 8 member nations, labeled the Big Push. This roadmap prioritizes self-reliance and modernization through targeted overhauls in renewable energy, digital connectivity, and food security. We hear more in this report.
The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is charting what it describes as a bold new direction for regional development. Through an initiative dubbed the Big Push, the ECCB hopes to accelerate economic growth and improve the quality of life across its 8 member countries over the next 5 years. ECCB Governor Timothy Antoine, during the ECCB Connects web series, reflected on the institution's goals for the future.
The essence of the Big Push, very simply, is to make life better for the people of our currency union. Raising their incomes, strengthening their resilience, and improving their quality of life. Patrice, the Big Push is a bold vision and plan for transforming the economies of the ECCU, higher incomes, greater resilience, and a greater capacity to handle our affairs, to handle our own business. Professor Robinson said it a few months ago, nobody's coming to save us. Well, this is our response to handle our business.
Antoine points to the ongoing challenges facing small island developing states as the driving force behind the Big Push.
Why now?
Look around you. Look back to the last decade. What do we see? The shocks keep coming. And I very believe that the time for talk has passed. The time for incremental change is long gone. It's no longer enough. What we need now is concerted, sustained, and yes, bold action to transform the economies of the currency union. And we have to remember this. If we stand still in a rapidly changing world, standing still is falling behind. We cannot afford that. Now is the time, and we must act now.
That's our news from the region. The international news is coming up next. Stay with us.
Life can be stressful. Work, family, finances, it all adds up. Feeling overwhelmed, struggling with relationships, need help managing stress? You don't have to go through it alone. The Employee Assistance Program, Public Service, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, EAP, is here for you. We have confidential and professional counselors ready to listen and offer support for any personal challenge you might be facing, helping you find balance and get back to feeling your best. Call us today at 784-570-6718 or email eap.mps@gov.vc for more information, because a healthier you is a happier you. At the Employee Assistance Program, Public Service, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, your well-being is our concern.
Introducing 2 new Instacash games. Yes, 2 more chances to win more money instantly from the National Lotteries Authority. Get the new $2 game, Win It All, where you can win up to $2,500. And there's Stacko Cash for $3 with a top prize of $5,000. Win It All and Stacko Cash, new Instacash games loaded with lots of prizes. Available at all Lotto agents. Instacash, so easy to play, and you can win instantly.
Tourism has many benefits to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It creates growth and a boost in economic activities, infrastructure development, job creation, entrepreneurship, and is a source of foreign exchange earnings. Supermarkets and vendors, bars, restaurants, taxis, tour guides, hotels, service providers, and many more all benefit directly from income gained through the tourism industry. Taxes collected from visitors to our country help St. Vincent's economy and its growth. Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Welcome back on the international scene now. We hear that British Prime Minister Keir Starmer is holding a crucial cabinet meeting. Well, today held a crucial cabinet meeting where he told his ministers he is staying put in his job as pressure mounts on Starmer to resign. UK media reports say his own Home Secretary has urged him to consider his position. Dozens of MPs from his Labour Party have publicly called on him to go, and some of them have resigned as ministerial aides. Starmer has been fighting to keep his job after his party suffered heavy defeats in last week's local elections. We hear more in this report.
Prime Minister has just come out of a critical cabinet meeting, and he is vowing to fight on. But ultimately, well, the future may not be in his hands. Prime Minister Keir Starmer led Labour Party to a landslide victory in 2024. But less than 2 years later, Britain's economy is still struggling. Prices remain high, taxes are up, and people are unhappy with the performance of public services like the National Health Service. That frustration showed up in recent local elections where Labour lost support. One of the biggest winners, Nigel Farage and his anti-establishment Reform UK party. Starmer has also been bruised by his appointment of a longtime Labour figure with past ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
I should not have appointed Peter Mandelson. I take responsibility for that decision, and I apologise again to the victims of the paedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
And Starmer has faced criticism from President Trump, upset by his reluctance to support the Iran war.
This is not Winston Churchill that we're dealing with.
This week, Starmer acknowledged the voter pushback.
I know that people are frustrated by the state of Britain. I know I have my doubters, and I know I need to prove them wrong, and I will.
The Prime Minister still has a large majority in Parliament, but that doesn't equal support from the public.
So, he probably won't survive, but to be honest, I don't really care. Nothing ever changes, so, yeah, good luck to him, I guess.
Now, sometimes in the UK parliamentary system, the biggest threat to a prime minister can come from within the prime minister's own party. So unlike in the U.S. with the U.S. president, if the cabinet pulls its support from the government, it could topple it, putting Keir Starmer out of a job before voters have their say.
Well, that's the news. Sport is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
The weather report sponsored by General Hardware.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
The weather report was sponsored by General Hardware.
The present conditions: partly cloudy, slightly hazy and breezy. Winds northeast at 20 kilometers per hour. Temperature is 27.5 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 84%. The barometric pressure is 1014.5 millibars. 24-hour rainfall trace. Today's maximum temperature is 30.8 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature is 25.6 degrees Celsius. Sunrise at 5:39 a.m. Sunset at 6:22 p.m. The forecast, it is occasionally cloudy, slightly hazy, and breezy at times with few showers. The synopsis, the Atlantic high pressure system is a dominant feature.
Our story was built by people, neighbors helping neighbors, standing side by side with those who trust us to protect what matters most and help build our communities. Being there when needed most. Across borders, across generations. Still growing, still giving, still just getting started. After 185 years.
Good evening and welcome to the Evening Sports. I'm Triska Campbell. We heard that Trinidad and Tobago Red Force have taken the upper hand over the Barbados Pride in their West Indies Championship playoff, posting 333 all out after winning the toss and electing to bat first. Barbados, in reply, put up 296 all out. Here's more from TTT Sports' Narissa Mohammed.
Trinidad and Tobago Red Force won the toss and chose to bat on Sunday. It was anything but straightforward against a disciplined Barbados Pride bowling attack. Cephas Cooper top scored with a patient 93, while Captain Joshua De Silva contributed a steady 70. Terence Hines added 51 and Amir Django 41 as TNT were bowled out for 333. Seamoss Springer was the pick of the Pride bowlers, claiming 3 for 40. In reply, Barbados struggled to build partnerships, losing Captain Craig Brathwaite for a duck early on. Lenico Boucher top scored with 80, Seamoss Springer 51, while Joshua Bishop remained not out on 79. Anderson Phillip was the standout bowler for the Red Force, finishing with figures of 4 for 51. Barbados closed day 2 on 262 for 9, still 71 runs behind, with 1 wicket in hand.
And here at home in netball, Sandhill netball team and Baga United were in the winner's roll last evening, Monday, May 11th, 2026, in the back of St. Vincent and the Grenadines National Netball Championships at the National Netball Center in New Montrose. Baga United defeated Nature Care SVG Netters 62 goals to 38 in their Division 2 match, while in Division 1, Sandhill netball team got the better of On Track Exceed Sports Club 53 goals to 25. 2 games were also played on Saturday, May 9th, which saw S&D Success Netters beat Country Meat Town Maple 46 goals to 17 in the Vitamalt Youth Development Division. And Marca Crushers defeated Hillborough Orange AM Shotters 54 goals to 45 in the male division. The competition would have continued this evening with another 2 matches on the cards from 5 p.m. And finally, in basketball, NBA legend LeBron James said he is unsure what the future holds for him after the Los Angeles Lakers were knocked out of the playoffs. While regarded as one of the best players of all time, 41-year-old James is out of a contract in the summer. He could have played his last game after reigning champions Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Lakers 115-110 to seal a 4-0 victory in the best-of-7 Western Conference semifinal. The Thunder, who beat Phoenix Suns 4-0 in the first round of the playoffs, will play Minnesota Timberwolves or the San Antonio Spurs. The semifinal is level at 2-2 in the Western Conference final. In the Eastern Conference semifinals, the Cleveland Cavaliers earned a 112-103 home win against the Detroit Pistons to level the series at 2-2. The Cavs or the Pistons will play the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's how we end sports this evening. I'm Triska Campbell. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. Then came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day, because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Our story was built by people, neighbors helping neighbors, standing side by side with those who trust us to protect what matters most and help build our communities. Being there when needed most. Across borders, across generations. Still growing, still giving, still just getting started. After 185 years.
Welcome back. Thank you, Trishka, for bringing us the evening sports. Now for a second look at the headlines. Ministry of Health monitoring Hanta virus situation says risk to SVG remains low. ECCB doubles down on the big push. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer says he will not resign despite mounting pressure to do so. And in sports, Red Folds take control in the West Indies Championship play-off. Now for a recap of the local weather forecast. The forecast, it is occasionally cloudy, slightly hazy, and breezy at times with few showers. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Rochelle Baptiste, inviting you to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also check out SVG-TV News in 15 weekdays at 12:45 p.m. Again, thanks for viewing. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
SVG's Heart and Soul. Magic 103.7, 91.5. Today's music, yesterday's hits.
24 karat magic in